Thank you. Good afternoon. Today is Tuesday, August 3rd, 2021. This is the first hearing for the month for the City of Tempe Hearing Officer. My name is Vanessa McDonald and I am the hearing officer. I'm going to read something into the public record this afternoon before we jump into our brief agenda. The City of Tempe Hearing Officer is authorized by Arizona Revised Statutes and the City of Tempe Zoning and Development Code. The hearing officer has the duty to carry out the provisions and the intent of the Zoning and Development Code and the Tempe City Code. The hearing officer is granted the authority to conduct public hearings to decide upon the abatement of code violations occurring on properties within the City of Tempe. These code violations include, but aren't limited to, deteriorated landscaping, inoperable vehicles, deteriorated structures, storage of junk or refuse, or deteriorated swimming pools. Abatement actions are brought before the hearing officer by the city's Code Compliance Division, typically after numerous attempts at contacting the property owner to obtain voluntary compliance with the code. The hearing officer may issue an order directing the owner, occupant, rental agent, property manager, or other responsible person to abate a code violation or to authorize the city to abate the condition giving rise to that violation. The cost of the abatement is the responsibility of the owner of the property where the violation occurred and is typically collected as an assessment against the property found to be in violation. On today's agenda, we have two items. We have a set of minutes from July 21st, 2021, and we have a single property abatement this afternoon. Any property owner who is aggrieved by a decision of the hearing officer may file an appeal within 14 calendar days after the hearing officer has made a decision. As such, the deadline for appealing any decision rendered today is 3 p.m. on August 17th, 2021. Abatement appeals are heard by the Board of Adjustment, after which they may also be appealed to the Superior Court. The property owner has 14 days to either file an appeal or bring the property into code compliance. If neither of these things happen by this same August 17th date, the property will be abated by the city. Joining me this afternoon from Community Development are Shelby Meyer, Drew Yoakum, and Jeff Tamulevich. First item on our agenda, as I mentioned previously, is a set of minutes from July 21st, 2021. I had a chance to review the minutes when they were presented to me, and I believe that they accurately reflect what took place at that hearing. So I'm going to go ahead and approve the set of minutes from July 21st, 2021. Agenda item number 2 is a request for abatement of public nuisance items at the Davis property. This property is located at 1004 East Westchester Drive. The applicant is the City of Tempe, represented this afternoon by Julie Schofield. Ms. Schofield, are you there?
Thank you, Madam Hearing Officer. My name is Julie Schofield, and I'm a code inspector with the City of Tempe. I'm here this evening to ask for a 180-day open abatement for the property at 1004 East Westchester Drive. It's here in the City of Tempe. The violations are for a boat and a trailer with jet skis that are lawn parking on the east side of the property. It started back in February when I received a complaint for junk, trash, and debris at this property, and also a boat in the front parked in the setback of this property, but also parked on an unimproved surface. This case started February 2nd, 2021 to be exact, and a first notice was mailed for those violations for junk, trash, and debris, and also the boat and the jet skis. In February 17th of 2021, I went back to the property and the property was still in violation and a final notice was mailed. I have had communication with the property owner's daughter, and she lives at the property, and she is aware of the violations and what needed to be corrected to come into compliance. I have given her multiple extensions, and yet the boat still sits there with the jet ski trailer. So I have tried to work with her, but her plans that she would tell me is that she's going to move the boat off the property, but that has yet to happen. I did once in a while see the boat move to the street, but then the next day the boat would be parked right back where it was. So we did some of that off and on for a little bit. But I have received multiple complaints, and in April, I did mail a revised final just to include everything, because after the first and final notice went out and the extensions, I mailed this one grand notice to include everything, and then I ended up issuing a citation May 26th for the boat, the jet ski trailer, junk, trash, and debris, and lawn parking. I did take pictures of the violations at the time the citation was issued, and the citation has actually gone to collections at this time. I do have some photos to present to show you what the property looked like as of today. This is just a photo of the front of the property, and it doesn't look too bad as far as junk and debris at this time, but like I said, it's been kind of going back and forth with the different, first it's in violation and it's not. A lot of times that truck will be full of items, and you could see some things in it, but not as much as there usually is. And then on the right, on the east side of the property, you'll see that boat. This is a picture showing that it is parked on a dirt landscaping, and it is in the setback, but I know we can't abate the setback, but it is parked on dirt. And also you'll see the jet ski trailer is parked right behind it, and it is parked on kind of a half concrete, half dirt section, but it's a little bit harder to tell, but the tire of the jet ski trailer is actually parked in the neighbor's parking area. So we would remove the boat and the jet ski trailer and the few items that are out front. And that's why I was asking for 180 days, just to prevent any more junk and debris buildup. And then in the event that these vehicles return, then we can have them taken care of.
Okay. Can you tell me how it went? I understand that you, that this matter went to court, and did the homeowners show up? What was the outcome of that, and how does that work? Does the judge render an opinion? Is it just kind of summarily approved? How does that process go?
Okay, so when the citation was issued, there was no response from the responsible party, and she defaulted on the citation, and it ended up going to collections. And in fact, I just checked it before I came in here, just to double check if any action had been taken. But yeah, it went to collections, and none of the citations have been paid.
So it just is a default, she doesn't show up, doesn't respond, and okay.
That's correct.
The items in the truck, those aren't subject to abatement, correct? Or?
Well, they're very minor. There's a couple of trash cans, and I'm not sure if this is work related or not, but in the past, like I said, usually that truck is just mounding with items, and usually the front is full of woodworking things and household items and just trash, cups, papers, you name it. So today was a good day for this property, but I have been dealing with the junk and trash debris as well since February for being in violation. Yeah,
I mean, it's an odd circumstance to remove a boat and trailer with jet skis and stuff, but, you know, we do have our code. They're not allowed to park, certainly not allowed to park on someone else's property, like they're doing with the jet ski trailer. So it seems to me, you know, as I mentioned previously, they have the 2-week window after the abatement, during which they could probably more affordably go find an RV and boat storage facility. I know there's a number of them around the city. Of course, they cost money, but, you know, this process costs money as well. So it would be, you know, wise of them to try and investigate that within the next 2 weeks, but they're not here, so we can't encourage that. So it would be nice if they were watching the hearing or followed up on it afterwards, but that's just my two cents for what would be the best outcome for them. Mr. Yoakum, is there any member of the public, a neighbor, or the property owner on the line wanting to speak about this item?
We have not received any communication at this time.
Well, then we don't have the participation of the property owner. We have no one from the public wanting to speak on this issue. And I agree with your assessment. The code is very clear where you can and cannot park boats and recreational items. So I'm going to go ahead and approve your 180-day open abatement contained in case CE 210592. So thank you very much, Ms. Schofield.
Thank you.
That concludes our agenda for this afternoon. Mr. Yoakum, do we have any announcements?
Yes, just one announcement. The next scheduled hearing officer meeting will be on August 17th at 5 p.m. And that will be held here on Tempe 11 and online on WebEx.
Okay, not back in the chamber yet.
Not at this time, no.
Okay, great. Well, thank you all very much for your help. Have a good evening.
Thank you.